Cruz and Kasich have no path to victory. It's over. It's over.
Everybody ought to focus on their own campaign. Don't worry about anybody else's.
We are going to spend a lot of time here in Indiana working to earn your vote.
And they're going to need all the votes they can get, as it now appears that Indiana's May 3rd primary will be extremely close. After 2 straight days of visits from the Republican frontrunners, we're getting our first look at where they and their Democratic counterparts stand with Hoosier voters.
And with less than 2 weeks to go before our election day here, our exclusive WTHR HPI Indiana poll offers some key insight tonight. Our polling confirms that Indiana could be pivotal in the primary, and voter turnout will be the key. While you may have to wait in long lines to vote, just how many Hoosiers show up could actually help some candidates and hurt others. We have exclusive insight tonight into what's shaping up to be a long election night.
Only on 13 tonight, we asked voters if the Republican primary election for president were being held today, for whom would you vote? And this is the result. Donald Trump gets 37% of the support, 31% goes to Ted Cruz, 22% for John Kasich. Now, when you take a look at these numbers here, it appears the core GOP voters give the Cruz and Trump race a virtual tie. Turnout here is going to be a key factor. The more people who vote, the better it is for Donald Trump. First-time voters also help Trump. Cruz is doing especially well with evangelicals, but he's not dominating in this category. Trump is getting the rural, older, and poorer voters. Kasich finds his strength in the donut counties around Marion County and Indianapolis, where he's getting 26% of the vote. Now taking a look at the Democratic primary election. If that were held today, Democratic voters say they would choose Hillary Clinton by a vote of 48% to 45% for Bernie Sanders. Now taking a look at these numbers, we find that Hillary has a commanding lead with the so-called core Democrats, where she owns a 53 to 40% advantage. The softer Dems, the leaners, first-time voters, they flock to Bernie Sanders, where he has a 2-to-1 lead among that group. And like the Republicans, turnout will be a key factor. The more people who vote, the better it will be for Bernie Sanders.
And those exclusive poll numbers pretty much confirm what many have suspected all along, that Indiana will play a key role in both races. Our Eyewitness News political reporter, Cameron Rader, is here tonight with reaction to this very, very tight race. And you know, you've been calling it all along, saying that we are in this to win it.
Oh, man, this is going to be good to cover. Republicans have already splashed down in Indiana. Now we know that the Democrats are going to be sure to follow. Hillary Clinton is leading in the race for the Democratic nomination, but the numbers in Indiana are so close. If she wants to sew up the nomination, she should want to pull Indiana out again, like she did in the primary of 2008.
And this campaign is going to come to Indiana. I mean, if you're showing numbers like this, you can't ignore it. If these numbers were big, they would just fly right over top of us. But, Kevin, you'll be able to cover them. They'll be in this state. Cruz
is going to have to make a really compelling case to win Indiana, because I think Trump has a lot of momentum. You know, Cruz is trying to shore up establishment-type voters and elected officials and trying to get a lot of endorsements over the next few days.
Yeah, and my bet is Governor Pence's endorsement would be the prize for the Cruz campaign. Of course, he's still meeting with everybody. He's got to meet with Kasich next week. But it's going to be kind of interesting to watch and see how that courtship lines up.
Well, he kind of said last night during the dinner, he says, well, it will be a Republican.
Well, yeah, there we go.
We knew that as much. It'll be interesting to see who he decides.
Will be.
Kevin, thanks so much. And the attention continues next week. Ohio Governor John Kasich will hold a town hall on Tuesday in Noblesville. The doors open at 10 a.m. at the Hamilton County Fairgrounds for the 11 a.m. visit. We have more information for you, including how to register. Just go to our website at WTHR.com and look under Hot Topics.
But before those candidates come to Indiana, they have 5 primaries on Tuesday. And today, the Republicans held their spring meeting in Florida with a message of coming together. Still, the candidates left in the race are trying to stop Donald Trump to force a contested convention. And we talked to Chuck Todd, moderator of NBC's Meet the Press, about our exclusive poll numbers and the tight race expected here in Indiana.
Every place that Clinton and Obama were close in 2008, Clinton and Sanders have been close, so I don't think that's a surprise. The Republican numbers surprised me a little bit. So much energy and effort from the Stop Trump folks. They keep saying, Indiana, that's going to be the line in the sand. That's where they're going to deny Trump. And here he is, before essentially the New York results sunk in, he's already starting with a 6-point lead. That's big, big trouble for Ted Cruz.
Voters in 5 states will pick their candidates on Tuesday. They are Connecticut, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Delaware. And the polling places could be crowded here in Indiana on May 3rd, so many people are opting to vote early. And you can do it too throughout this weekend and next. In Marion County, you can head to the City-County building from 10 to 5 both Saturday and Sunday. Early voting is already up 23% compared to our historic 2008 election. And former Senator Evan Bayh wanted to show people just how easy it is to vote early.
People can get out and vote early. Even over the next 2 weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, the voting place will be open. So you don't have to stand in a long line on Election Day, as has happened in some other states. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, you can get out and support your candidate.
You can also vote early up to Election Day, which again is May 3rd. The polls will be open on primary day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.